Thank you for joining me for this very first episode of Tech Around the House, where I take a look at basic technology items around the house. And this is our very first flagship episode, so thank you for watching and supporting our channel. Today I'll be taking a look at a smart plug. It's a device that plugs into a regular wall power outlet and can be controlled by a smartphone or by Amazon Alexa, and can be voice controlled. So when I first saw these, I was kind of skeptical about what you would really use one for. There's many different types of things after thinking about it that I believe you can use this for, and we'll talk about some of those along the way. So as you can see here, this is the box for it. I actually have not even opened it up yet, so part of this will be my review of how it works, which I have not even used yet. So come along with me and we'll take a look at it together. Here's a picture of the packaging. Pretty nice packaging, actually, better than what I expected. I kind of just expected a plain brown package, but this one's pretty decent. It's a smart Wi-Fi plug by Siegs. As you can see here, some of the basic specs. It's AC 110, 125 volt, current rated at 10 amps, which is probably good for just about any device that you would plug into something like this. You're probably not going to be plugging a power saw or something like that into this that draws a lot of current. It's Wi-Fi, supported by Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz, which is probably not an issue for most home networks and home Wi-Fi. 5 gigahertz is becoming more common, but 2.4 gigahertz is definitely still supported in most home Wi-Fi. And as you can see, it's supported by Android and iOS operating systems. So we'll open the box here in just a second, see what the product looks like right out of the box. So here it is. All I've done at this point is take the plastic wrap off, so it'd be easier to open the box. So let's take a look at these and see what they look like when we first open the box. I have not opened this yet to see how the packaging is. All right, so got a quick start guide to help you get started getting it set up. Basic information, thank you card, and then the plugs themselves. So you can see here, these are pretty small. I'm not sure yet if you can plug one in above the other in a wall outlet, so that'll be one thing that we take a look at. See if the size is an issue, because it'd be nice if you wanted to plug in two of these at the same place that you could do that. They do look pretty small. You can see here on the side they have a manual power button, so you can still power things on and off manually with this. On the back, standard North American power outlet connectivity. Does look pretty sleek though. It is kind of thick though, so in certain applications where you don't have a lot of room behind something, could be an issue for that. But I mean, it's probably about as slim as it possibly could be, because if you're going to plug something into this, the prongs are going to have to go in, about as deep as this is. So I'm not sure how much slimmer you could make something like this. So that's what it looks like. Take a look here, the quick start guide. So it tells you about the function keys, descriptions, how to use Google Home. I don't think I mentioned that, but it is Amazon Echo supported, or Alexa supported, and Google Home supported. So just a quick glance here at the user guide for this. And I'm going to take a few minutes to get it set up, to play with it a little bit, and then I can actually show you how how the setup process goes, if it's easy, any snags that I run into. Up next will be that. So here we have a smart plug plugged in for the first time. The LED light on the front, blue LED, is blinking fairly rapidly. This is called rapid blink mode, and it indicates a specific type of pairing mode that the device is in. Just another note about these is they are large enough that you are unable to plug one in directly above the other on a standard wall outlet. So that may be a little bit of a downside for some people, that you can't plug two of them in one outlet. Here I actually have a splitter outlet that has the outlets spaced out, and I am able to plug both of them in here, but this is not a standard size outlet, so keep that in mind. I was unable to pair my devices in fast blink mode, in rapid blink mode, and I'm unsure why, but I was unable to pair my device with rapid blink mode. But there is an alternative that I figured out that was not included in the manual that I will show you, and how I was able to successfully pair my devices. I'll actually show you. The first thing you have to do is go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and download the Smart Life app. Here you see the Smart Life app. It's a free download. Once you download it, the first thing you'll have to do is register your device. You'll have to register an account with Smart Life. So you'll go through that process. It's pretty straightforward. And then once you do, you'll be here. So I'm going to click up here to add a new device. I'm going to add an electric outlet. And it says here, confirm rapid indicator rapidly blink. So it is doing that, as we can see here again. But I was unable to get this to work. So what I was able to do is actually click in AP mode up here. So I click on AP mode, and it says confirm indicator slowly blinking. I was able to figure out that if you hold the button for approximately 5 seconds, it will change to slow blink mode. So now what we have is the smart plug is actually has turned into an access point, so we can connect to it with our phone. I'll show you what that means here in just a second. So now that we're in blink mode, I'll click there, and here we have your home wireless information. So you enter your password for your home Wi-Fi, and underneath there you should see your home Wi-Fi listed. If not, click on change network and change that to your home Wi-Fi. So now that we are here, to confirm this, I'm going to click continue. And now it says connect phone to device's Wi-Fi hotspot. So notice it says there that I need to connect to Smart Life. So I'm going to hit connect now. And there you see why Smart Life showed up. So I'm going to click there to connect to it. Now it's connected to Smart Life. And this part wasn't clear either, but if I hit back, it automatically switches over. And what it's doing right now is my phone is connected to the device as a hotspot, and it just pushed my home wireless credentials to the device, so that the smart plug itself can connect to the Wi-Fi on its own. And now it's added. So now that it's added in here, previously I was testing with this small lamp here that I named bedroom lamp, and I'm going to click done. You can click here the little pencil and name it whatever you want. And here, now that it has been added, notice that the light on the smart plug is red. that actually means that it is on. So if I were to plug something in right now, it would be powering it up. If I click the power button on my phone, notice it turned off. So now the outlet is off. Outlet is on. Outlet is off. And if I plug my small lamp in here, I can turn that on and off with my phone. There we go. So that's the pairing process. The only way I was able to pair them was to use that AP mode in the app, but that worked out well for me. So the next step would be to plug in the second one and go through the same process. After adding the devices so that they can be controlled in the app on your phone, it was unclear to me how you could group devices together so that they would both come on at the same time. There's a feature called Scenes, which sort of allows you to do that, but it also is a little bit clunky, because if you wanted to turn a device on one at a time, you would not be able to do that after setting them up as a scene. But what I found is in the settings, if you click on one of your devices, up here in the top right, if you click the dots, you can create a group. As you can see here, I can add, I only have 2 devices, but if you had more, you could add all of them to a group. So I add both devices to a group. Then I can name it, and I'll just leave it the default here. It's called Bedroom Lamp Group. Now you can see I have an additional selection on my main screen, and if I select that, it turns them both on simultaneously. However, I can turn them both on, and then I can turn them off one at a time, or back on one at a time. So that is very helpful. If you have a room where you have multiple things that you want to turn on at one time, for example, you could have all your Christmas lights come on at one time, just group them all together, and your Christmas tree and your wreath and your fireplace mantle lights would all come on at the same time. So that part was a little unclear to me and wasn't really talked about in the instructions, so I thought that would be helpful to show. Beyond that is the Alexa control, which kind of takes this to the next level. So I do not have an Echo or an Echo Dot, so I'm just going to use the Alexa app on my phone. And the way that you do this to begin with, I've already got them added, but if you go to your selection up here and you go to Skills, under Skills, you will search for the app, which was called Smart Life. So up here, you type Smart Life, and there it is. So you select it under the app, and then you're going to link it. You're going to enable it. So from here, once you enable it, you'll enter your Smart Life credentials, and then it will be added. So once that skill is added under Alexa, you can then go to Alexa devices, and it will actually walk you through adding certain devices and adding other types of devices. So it will auto discover those devices, and once they are added, then this is the part I was talking about where it kind of takes it to the next level. Is here you can see your devices, see my bedroom lamp and bedroom lamp 2. Those are just in there because of the linking that we did with the app. Under groups, I can create a group just like I did in the other one, and I don't have to create the group through the other app. I can actually create the group directly here through Alexa. So create a group, add those 2 devices to the group, and then I've got a name for that group. So check this out. So in Alexa over here, I have bedroom lamp. Keep an eye on the smart plugs up here. Alexa, turn on bedroom lamp.
Okay.
Boom, it's on. Alexa, turn on bedroom lamp 2.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off bedroom. So there you can see the Alexa control and how easy it is. You'll just want to make sure that you name these something that's easy to pronounce, that's not going to be confusing for Alexa to understand. But as you can see, here I have bedroom lamp. I have bedroom lamp with the number 2, and it did that correctly. And then for my group, notice if I just said turn on bedroom,
Okay.
That matches my group name, so it turns on both of them at the same time. Turn off bedroom.
Okay.
There we go. So that's an example of creating groups within the main app itself, but then also the voice control within Alexa. So that works pretty cool. Thank you for watching my review of the Siegs smart plug. I think it was a pretty cool example of what you can do with a smart plug. You can set up multiple lamps that you can turn on automatically. You say, well, a lamp I can turn on myself, but some lamps, if it's a tall lamp, some of them have a floor switch that you have to step on, or some of the switches have a small roller switch that you have to reach behind a desk and find where the switch is and turn it to turn the lamp on. And so in scenarios like that, this would be really handy. There are many other scenarios that you could come up with. You can be creative. One would be Christmas lights. So Christmas lights, typically you'll have a tree, you'll have lights on a mantle, you have lights on a wreath, you have lights in all these different places. And if you want to turn them off at a certain time, you would have to go unplug them. They literally have no switch. So one thing you can also do with these plugs is you can program a timer on each switch. So if you wanted to program them to turn off at 3 o'clock in the morning for Christmas lights, you could just have them programmed and they would do that automatically. So you can turn them all off under a scene. As we saw in the demo, using a scene, you could program all your Christmas lights to turn on with one push, or you could just schedule them to turn on and off automatically. So one challenge with Christmas lights is programming them to all be on a timer, but you'd have to buy a timer for every single one. In this case, each individual plug is a timer as well. So that's, in that one scenario, I could see where these would be very useful. You also can still use the manual functionality of the button on the side if you are walking by it and you just don't want to get your phone out. You can do that as well. Another example of these being handy would be like a Fire TV stick or something like that that is plugged in a place that's hard to get to. I have a Fire TV stick and sometimes it needs rebooted. The only way to do that is to physically unplug the cable, but with this, you can actually just pull your phone up, turn power off to the Fire Stick, turn it back on, and it's been power cycled. So Christmas lights and power cycling of something like a Fire Stick are just two of many, many examples that you could use this product for to make your life easier. So that's the end of the review. I really like this product and will use it myself. As I do more reviews on stuff like this, if I come up with more creative solutions, I may do videos on just the solutions that you could use this for. So definitely I recommend it. Like I said, the only downside that I came up with is that it is small, or it's big enough to where you can't plug two of them into the same wall outlet just because of their size. Besides that, I believe it's a pretty slick product. And as always, if you think this review was helpful, please subscribe so that you see my content in the future. and also like it. If you see it on Facebook, be sure and like it there to help it spread. This is my first episode, and I'd like to continue doing sessions like this and continue to grow my channel. So thanks a bunch for your support, and see you next time on Tech Around the House.